But I'm definitely enjoying the show, so it is a pleasure.
Yay!
Thank you for
Thank
watching
you
and
for
supporting us.
watching.
Of course. And then being that it's you three, I'm just going to address the first question to all three. What made you want to be a part of the series when you were approached for it or heard about it?
For me personally, because I am just an Atlanta matchmaker, so for me, it was just giving me visibility. Like everybody in Atlanta hadn't heard of me, and I just really wanted. It was just exposure for my little business. That's how I looked at it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I think for me, I mean, again, we're not able to. We've kind of been in our own lane for so long. You know, the matchmaking duo is known in the matchmaking industry, but not, let's say, as Shae said, not in the regular population. So I think, you know, if you hadn't been looking for a matchmaker, you may not have ever heard of us. So we just wanted people to know what we do, how we impact the community. Atlanta's always been a hot spot for us for as far as clients, and so it was just a win-win. Also, that we didn't have to carry the whole show at the moment. We were able to just kind of show the audience how other people, other matchmakers, you know, use their skills and their services to help. So the dynamic sounded fun to me.
Yeah. So I think for me, it was just impacting more people on a much larger scale. Instead of thousands, we can impact millions. You never know whose heart you may touch and how you may have changed their lives just off of a one tip or one scene or whatever. And so I think that was for me, that we can impact so many people in a much larger scale. And I think for us as a duo, it was the next natural progression in our business. We had done, you know, a lot of other media and stuff like that before, but we had not really, this was like the next thing, I think, in the introduction of our business that we had not done. And I think it was just a natural progression.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. And then Kelli, I'm gonna just pose this one to you. Regardless of the shade thrown when it comes down to it though, in a lot of the scenes, it seems like the whole Love Match Atlanta team has each other's backs. Is it hard to separate business from personal?
You mean separate business from personal as far as the cast, or from
definitely.
Oh, okay. Or like personal relationships. No, I mean, I think, you know, we've all kind of found our lane, and, you know, we sometimes get along. I think they mentioned even on some of the promos, we're frenemies. So sometimes we get along, sometimes we don't, like we're stepping over each other's toes. But I think the one thing that does bring us together is that we all have the same end goal, which is to spread love and to help, you know, couples come together in the community. So that's the one thing that keeps us together. But, you know, there's always some shade thrown about who's the best and all of that. So, and it continues on and offline.
Yeah, it does.
And then I'll address this one. I guess actually anybody who wants to take it, because it seems like some of the clients, because I've seen them with all you guys, like with K&T and just all you guys, some of the clients be ridiculous or they come off ridiculous. How do you guys decide who do you want to take on as a client?
Oh, gosh. So I think for us, the clients that we take on, they have to be open-minded. They have to be ready to listen. They have to be optimistic. They have to believe that there is love out there for them. Because if they come in like, oh, there's not anybody for me. I mean, I ain't met nobody yet. And all this naysaying foolishness, we can't do anything with that. If they're coming in here trying to tell us how to run our business and what they need and what they don't need, then they're not a good client for us. So I think that, you know, when they come to us, if they're open and they're optimistic, because I think we said it a million times, like we take on their end goal. Their end goal is our end goal. And so we want them to be happy. So we're going to adopt your dream. We need you to believe in your dream more than we believe in your dream.
Yeah. I want to say for me, I am very selective about who I take on as a client. And it might not seem like that because my clients on the show probably seem real far-fetched. But remember, that's TV. In real life, I'm very selective about who I take on. And, you know, somebody with a laundry list, you know, I'm not going to take that person on. If they have unrealistic expectations, I'm not going to take you. If I know that I don't have people in my database to fit what you're asking for, I'm not going to take you. I mean, point blank and period. Yeah. So that's really how I operate. Now, as you've seen, some of my clients do have some crazy, like, oh my God, you want what? And I think that's TV magic, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. It's so entertaining though. So that's the point. I love it.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna do this one again for everybody, being that it's just you three. Is it easier, because I know that you guys, you've shown trying to hook up, matchmake friends and all that. Is it easier or harder to matchmake for friends and family?
Ooh, that's a good one. It is hard to match friends and family. When you think about your own friends, half the time they don't listen. You know, they don't listen to you more than, but if there's somebody that comes in and says the same exact thing that you've been saying for 5 years, all of a sudden it's gold, right? So yeah, that is why, like, friends and family, you know, even I have a sister who is a trainer. So she'll tell me to do such and such. And I'm like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. And I pay somebody to train me. Then all of a sudden I'm listening. So that's kind of the same dynamic. Friends and family, a lot of times we'll steer clear of, but thankfully it worked out really well with Shae.
It did. Thank you so much. But I think for me, because I view y'all as mentors anyway and big sisters anyway, I'm receptive, you know? So I didn't think that was going to be a problem. I'm not going to be like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, that's just not how our relationship is.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's great. I think that sometimes we stopped, and we said we were going to stop taking friends. If we see a friend come across our database, we'd be like, no, we are not going to be able to do it. Only because we don't want to damage the relationship. And sometimes, you know, they see you as the friend and not necessarily the professional that you are. And so, you know, and it's almost like taking your advice, and it's hard advice. Sometimes you have to give it to them raw and they don't want to hear it. So I think that, you know, sometimes Kelli and I, we talked about it. We were like, no, we know that person. We don't really want to work with them, because sometimes we can be really direct and transparent and give you, you know, we give it to you raw, but in a loving way. And sometimes they're not ready to receive it. And I don't ever want to jeopardize my friendships. I want to keep them separate than my professional relationships.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy for me because my friends don't want to pay me. So you don't want to pay me. It ain't for free, so goodbye.
So we're already not starting with that.
Right. We don't do free.
Ain't no free hookups.
We don't do free.
We don't do free.
That's funny, and it's so believable, because in my industry, trust me, I get that from people too.
Oh yeah, I mean, when we tell them time is not free, so it doesn't matter. You know, people are like, okay, so it takes time to work with clients. So unless you have a free 24 hours that I, you know, can possibly get back, then it's something we can't do.
There you go.
You know, I also find that sometimes they call us, and we've been matching and coaching people all day, and then our friends want to call and talk about relationships and stuff like that, and we're like, oh my God, this is like torture sometimes, but they don't get it. They feel, but to them it's girlfriend talk. Right. You know, but it's like, there's certain people that I'm gonna talk, like Shae and I would talk about relationship stuff all day, and Kelli and I would talk about it all day, but it's certain people like, I don't want to hear about what you got going on. I'm tired. I've been doing this for 12 hours. Like, I'm over it, but it's work for us. It's like pleasure and joy for them.
No, I agree with you, Tana, because I have friends that call me. They call like, hey girl, how you doing? I want to catch up. But all they want to do is get free advice on this relationship.
Right.
I'm going through this with such and so. And it's like, girl, you're going to have to book a consultation. That's $5 for my time.
Right.
I really see that. I can believe that so well. I have to ask you, because, you know, again, I watched the show and I love the show. Why did you really decide to crash the party?
That is so funny. No, I honestly wanted to help Ming to see who I really am. I thought that she had a misconception of me. And it was so crazy to me that somebody would think that I'm hood and street and loud or whatever she said about me. And I just wanted her to see me for herself. Like, I'm not those things. But it doesn't. You know what I realized, though? In hindsight, she's going to have a perception she has, and there's nothing I can do to change it.
That is very true. Yeah, that does make sense. And then I'm going to ask this for all you guys. Tell everybody why they need to be tuned in to Love Match Atlanta every Sunday.
Oh, tune in, because first of all, this show is nothing like you've ever seen before. You've never seen an all-black matchmaking show. You've never seen an all-black crew and cast, of course. Never seen that. But I think the dynamics that we all bring, we're all different. We all have our own personalities. We all have our own internal personal drama. We all have, you know, kind of drama within each other. But then I think, again, the common goal is that we all want our clients to find love. So it's a great show. It's a great cast. I mean, it's entertaining. I love it.
Yeah, I don't think people would expect that we would have as much drama as we have, but our drama is real.
I didn't expect us to have that much drama.
No, nothing is scripted, nothing is fabricated. Everything you see is real. You know, we are helping people find love, and you will see a lot of love connections on the show, but also we bring the sparks as well.
You do. So entertaining.
Listen, it's people that aren't on this interview today because of some outside drama. Let's just say what it is.
That's true.
We have the drama going on the show, outside the show. Sometimes we love each other, sometimes we don't.
On a daily basis, we love and hate each other.
That's so funny you say that, though, because I really thought about that before the interview, like earlier today when I was finalizing everything. I was like, wow, they're all going to be on the same call.
We used to.
Very early on, we were, and you know, we literally are frenemies. Like Kelli said earlier, we have some times when we all love each other, and we have some times when we don't, and that's just the truth.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I think when the show started airing and everybody started seeing what everybody had to say and this and that, the other, then it just changed. We were all loving each other. We were one family. Day one.
Well, we'll be back. We'll be back. It changes from day to day.
Yeah, we're coming back together.
The premiere party was us all loving on each other. We were all together. And then right after that, nope, it just went downhill from there.
It dismantled. But yeah, we'll be back. Like Kelli said, we'll be back. We will be back.
I think we lost Shae.
We lost Shae by mistake. Well, before we wrap up, if Shae comes back, but is there anything else you two want to share that you have coming up, working on, or anything like that for our audience?
Well, for me, I just think, and I saw someone that now people are starting to recognize us. I was telling Tana, somebody, came up to me and was like, hey, I love the show. I think in addition to like all the tips that you can find, even for your own love life and your own relationship when you tune in, or if you just want to unwind and enjoy the drama, that's a good reason to tune in also. But I think just, this is a new season for us. And so I just want to encourage everybody to try something new. Yeah. So it's not like we were born on TV. Like this was something that we had to take a leap on. So just taking a leap of faith on different things that you want to do in life, go for it. And, I think that's one of the other things that I'd like people to walk away with.
Yeah, and you asked about what we have coming up. So we opened up, of course, we have our Love Pro University where we're certifying day coaches and matchmakers. But we also have our Modern Dating Academy where it's like a 12-month curriculum subscription service where people can come and get, nuggets and hear from us, and we answer questions, a few times a month. We get together. And so it's a really low rate. It's affordable. We wanted to be able to capture everybody, even the low hanging fruit. We wanted to be able to capture those women that normally can't afford us. Yeah, absolutely.
Right now it's $29 a month. Well, so when she says it's low right now. We wanted to be able to work in groups and, we can't work with every client individually. So that's something that we wanted to do for everyone.
Yep. We have the class tonight at 7:30.
So our website is our website is thematchmakingduo.com. So feel free to hear more about it. And Love Match Atlanta, the finale comes on Sunday night on Bravo at 9:30 p.m. So we'll see you there.
Well worth it.
I'm already knowing.
Thank you.
Well, that sounds like a great idea. So best of luck to you guys with that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You too.
No problem. But I definitely want to thank you, beautiful ladies, for taking time out for the interview with Urban Bridges. Continued success.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Same to you.